Okay, well that looks better. The weed whacking is done. I just need to get the loppers out here to cut off these trees that are trying to grow back, especially the ones that are trying to grow back right next to my trailer. Those aren't going to happen. I still need to get the paint and or maybe burn out some of these tree trunks to keep them from growing back. But there's one right underneath the tongue there that is trying to grow back. There's another one here on the corner that's trying to go back. And a couple more right there underneath the trailer. And I'm sure that once I get the skirting on there and there's no sunlight in there, they won't grow back. But in the meantime, it'll make it easier to do the skirting and stuff if those are clipped away. And maybe I'll work on that tomorrow while he is using the machinery to fill in the ditch. So now let me try and see if I can get some of these boulders out of the way. I don't know. This might be a stretch. That is it for this old lady for today. I still have a couple of them, like this guy here, and a couple more over there to pull out of the dirt. But I got a nice pile of them up there so far. I am just out of breath and my back is killing me. So that is all I'm going to do today. Well, after I get this rock out. That is all I'm going to do today. I'm going to go get some lunch, edit today's last Vlogtober video for you guys and get that up, and call it a day. Where's your ball? Got it? Call it a day. I will check in with y'all. Let's see what we get done tomorrow. Good morning, dreamers. I am finally getting the ditch filled, and hopefully, if all goes well and according to plan, hopefully we'll have a tower put up today for my internet. That's the plan. Let's see what we get done. Daydreamers. So, with this tower, we had a plan, and the plan was to put the tower up on the tractor. First, we had to add the antenna and run the wires. And then the idea was we were going to strap this to the bucket of the tractor and push it into an upright position into the hole in the ground, and let's see how well that went. But here we are, we're just adding the conduit. I now wish I would have had another stick of conduit so I could fine tune the antenna from the ground, and I'll be adding that this week. Right now, in order to turn the antenna, I have to climb up 20 feet in the air. Well, I don't climb up, but I have a friend climb up 20 feet in the air to grab a hold of that pole and twist it around to fine tune it, but we're going to be hopefully fixing that very soon. And the problem with this tower when it was going up is the bottom, because of the physics or whatever, the bottom of it just kept popping up. I mean, I was putting all my weight on the bottom of it and it wanted to fling me into the air, so it felt. So we're trying it again, or it was digging into the dirt in the side of the hole instead of moving upright. But here I am, I've got all my weight on this thing. And I kept envisioning it popping up and hitting me in the face or something when we were moving it. But I think eventually, let's see here. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what exactly we need to do to get it to do what we want it to. And here, my friend is digging out more of the dirt because as we were pulling this back, some of the dirt was caving into the hole. And then we got the bright idea to strap it to the tree, at least the bottom of it to the tree, to keep the bottom of it from moving so that we could push it up. And I would not recommend this method. It was not an easy feat. It worked, though. It did work. So, I mean, I don't know how we could have done it otherwise without a pulley or something, but that tower isn't very heavy. The two of us could lift it, but we couldn't lift it into an upright position because of how tall it was. So, and how he is, oh, he's strapping it tighter here. And the other problem that we had was the chain. We had it chained to the bucket, and the bolts on the tower kept catching on that chain too as we were trying to slide it upright. But we did finally get it upright, and it didn't take us nearly as long as I thought it would. And we're just checking level and repositioning it. But I am so glad that this thing is now up in the air and no longer laying across my backyard where I kept stepping over it to go anywhere. So now we're mixing the cement to put in, I think we put in 5 bags of cement to set it. Oh, here. So I thought that I would try to mix it and apparently snap the cord right off. It was already broken before, but it just snapped. So he had to do a quick repair on the cord. I didn't realize how powerful those little mixers can be. They can get away from you really quick. So, okay. I think this is the last bag of cement. Maybe, nope, one more. And those buckets of cement, that was a great idea to do it in the buckets, but gosh, they're heavy. Oh, we had 2 more bags. Okay. So I think it was a total of 5 bags, maybe 6. I can't remember. I just know I was driving around with them in my car for the last 2 weeks because we were originally going to do this 2 weeks before, and we got rained out. So now we're just setting in the concrete. Oh, and we're putting in rebar. So we did 4 pieces of rebar in the ground, kind of crosswise, to give it a better footing. And Bunny's just strapping it to the tractor, and the idea is to let it sit like this overnight and let it cure, and then the next day we were supposed to finish the dirt work, and I'll let you find out how that went. So the tower is sitting in 5 bags of concrete. And it's going to sit like this overnight and attached to the tractor here. And hopefully tomorrow when the concrete sets up, the tower don't fall down. We'll see. Hope this works. Okay, dreamers, so let me show you what all we got done yesterday. We got rained out. So I had the tractor for 24 hours. And we were able to work about 4 hours yesterday and got the tower up and then left it tied to the tractor overnight so that the cement could set without, having a problem with this tower up there. And this morning it started pouring down rain. And we had to have the tractor back by noon. So we got, the tower is up. This has got a Yagi antenna, 45 feet in the air now. And I was super upset last night because we got it all hooked up. I hooked up my booster to it and did not get the signal that I was hoping I would get. But this morning the signal is better. So I think part of it is that the cell tower is having issues, and the other part of it is I have an old booster. It's like 8-9 years old now, and I don't think that picks up the 3G and the 4G and the 5G signals as well as the newer ones do. So I'm going to do some research and see if I can find a newer booster. But at least I have a signal today. Last night I had no signal and I was really upset. So the tower is up. And my goal with this tractor was to do just a few things. I wanted to put up the tower. That was number one. I wanted to get the ditches filled. And that all got filled except for this portion here where we were putting the tower in. And then just a small section here that still needs to be filled in. But it was way too muddy out here to, if we'd have had the tractor out here in the mud, it would have just torn up the land. So what we did get done today was my trailer tongue for the mobile home used to stick out here. When the guys set the trailer here, they just dropped it and left it. And I couldn't move that thing back, which meant that I couldn't put the vapor barrier down underneath the house because the tongue was partially on it. So now that that is done, when it's dry tomorrow, I can easily pull the vapor barrier over and get that tacked down so that I have a vapor barrier. I can also now have it tied down and the skirting put on. The other part of renting the tractor was I had a huge mound of dirt here that came out when we dug out the septic. And that was here. We took that dirt and spread it all over this area to bury the tree trunks that were sticking up out of the ground. And then we had a huge mound of dirt. Sorry, I'm slipping in the mud here. There was a huge mound of dirt here. And same thing, we just took that and smoothed it all down this way. And then is able to get this area scraped out. This is going to be rock steps going up to my deck or my stairs. So I could do some rock work over in here. That'll probably be in the spring though. I'm not into trying to do that in the mud. So I was really bummed this morning because we wanted to finish up the dirt work in the backyard and finish filling in that ditch, but it was pouring down rain and it was all muddy back there. So we came over to take the tractor back, and like I said, we had to have it back by noon, and we got over here and it stopped raining. So we started with moving. There was a berm of rocks right here that I kept backing up and hitting when I left my driveway, and I didn't want them there anyhow. So we started by just lifting those and moving them. And then my compost pile from all the leaves that we cleared last year it was all spread out to here, and it went the whole length of this property. So he was able to push all that up into a big, huge compost pile now, make it more compact. And then I went into the house to go take care of the dog. And when I came back, my whole garden area is all cleared. I thought he was just going to push over a couple of the dead trees that were here. And he pushed those over and pushed them completely out of the way, and then completely cleared this whole area and brush hogged most of it. So I still have some trees over here in this area. These kitties are loving it over here. They're over here hunting constantly now because I guess the wildlife was disrupted. But I still have some other trees over here that need to be cleared out, and a couple back in here that need to be cleared out. But I basically have a 50 by, I'm going to say about 80 square foot area cleared right now that I can do my raised garden beds. So that was a very pleasant surprise. I was like super jazzed to see that done, because that was like a major, it would have taken me forever to do that by hand. So super jazzed over that. And then cleared out a spot to park my trailer. Like I said, I was really upset this morning because it was raining and I thought I had no internet signal. So I thought, renting the tractor and paying out, that money was a waste. And actually it turned out to be a huge blessing. My dog's over here playing with a rock. Anyhow, it turned out to be an awesome blessing because now my garden area is cleared. So once I finish up what I'm working on the inside, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because you will probably see this video before you see that one. But as soon as I'm done working on the inside, then I can come out here and start making garden beds. Not going to plant in them now. My idea for the garden beds is to do like I did in Washington. I'm going to do straw bale gardens, and they're going to be raised bed gardens because it's a lot of rock over there, like huge rocks. So I'll be doing cinder block raised gardens and then putting straw bales in them for the first year. I'll plant in those straw bales, and then as those straw bales compost down, I have a compost pile that I could be putting on top of them to build them back up to plant in them year after year. And oh my goodness, look at this. She doesn't have a rock. What do you have? That's not a rock, Dilly. You can't pick that up. That's a boulder. I'm not throwing the boulder. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? No, we're not throwing the boulder. You're silly. Earlier today, I asked her to go get me a stick. I'll show you what she brought me. I asked her to bring me a stick, and she brought me a stump, a tree stump, and wanted me to throw it. So I guess maybe this is a Texas dog where bigger is better. She can't just pick up a regular rock or regular ball. She's got to have the big, huge one instead. Well, dreamers, this just arrived via Amazon, so I am about to put it together with the inspector's help here and see if I can't get a better signal. Hang tight. Let's see what happens. Okay, I am hopeful for this because WeBoost is actually made in the United States. So far, it is packaged pretty neat. It was a box within a box, but that's the inside antenna. That's the booster. Cable clips, that's a window, so you can come inside a window without having to drill a hole in your house, but I already have one of those. And then this is the antenna. And more directions and more cables and boxes and stuff. Anyhow, so that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will chat with you guys soon.